If there's a time when Kenyans have expected the opposition to protect them, it is now. If there's time where Kalonzo has been expected to stand out and act like a politician ready for presidency, it is now. It is a time when Rigathi Gachagua wants to win the support of the youth in the country. It is now. Why am I saying so? The Finance Bill 2025 is being introduced, has been introduced actually, and there are a few things that are touching the youth directly. Number one, the increment of the prices of the phones. I'm just putting in the layman language, increasing the prices for phones, and also increasing the price, the amount of money we pay for the bundles. If that happens, the youths of this country are going to be affected immensely. Also, there's infringing of the rights of Kenyans through access of the common mwananchi's data by the Commissioner General of the KRA. That is against the Constitution. And the people of Kenya are now expecting the opposition to stand up and fight the finance bill until all these things are corrected. Note that it is passed, then you go to court. That will be simply deceiving Kenyans. It should be now championed in court. What do I mean by that? On this particular video, I'm going to take you through on that. But before I do so, if this is the first time you're watching my videos, take a second or two to subscribe, like and comment, because that is the best support you can always give this channel. My name is Abdul Mukwa. My number is here. Share with me anytime. Encourage me. And for those who want to support the channel, that's the M-Pesa number. Let me dive in. Ladies and gentlemen, previously, the Finance Bill 2024, we had purely the youths going to the street to fight the Finance Bill 2024. It was eventually dropped by President William Ruto, but the fact remains that people died, people got injured, people got kidnapped, and many other bad things happened. That is not the scenario that was supposed to happen. Leaders, more especially of the opposition, could have stood up and fight for the Kenyans. But instead, Kalonzo Musyoka and his team, they kept quiet. Now an opportunity has arose for them to stand up and fight for the people of Kenya. Not to wait for the finance bill to be passed, then you go to court. No. First, the finance bill must be stopped or maybe corrected before it is passed in parliament. Now, it's the time for Kalonzo Musyoka as the leader of opposition, because when they meet in a meeting, I realized that Kalonzo Musyoka sits in the middle. That means he's the leader of that team. He should take charge of this opposition to ensure at least that we don't have Finance Bill 2025 passed with this kind of anomalies that we are seeing. Why am I saying that Kalonzo has the opportunity now to do it? One, he needs the youths on his support. To get the youths back, you must fight for them. The youths came together and fought Finance Bill 2024. So therefore, the Finance Bill 2025, or maybe a finance bill in this country, speaks a certain language to the youths of this country. So if you fight for it, it gets dropped, it will be jubilation all over across the country. Youths asking Kalonzo Musyoka to go for presidency. Now, Kalonzo Musyoka, what does he need to do? Or even Rigathi Gachagua. Kalonzo Musyoka has a number of MPs in parliament under the Wiper Party. If these people go to parliament and stop the Finance Bill 2024, William Ruto will get the voice. Opinions of Kenyans will come up. Kenyans will be encouraged to hear that. People can even come out to the streets and ensure Finance Bill 2025 has been corrected. So therefore, we need to see a meeting of Kalonzo Musyoka with his entire Wiper brigade. Go to parliament, go out somewhere, a retreat, agree, and then go and oppose the Finance Bill 2025. If it is passed by force, that one Kenyans will come on board. But first of all, let us see the war in parliament. Number two, you have Jeremiah Kioni. Jeremiah Kioni is having a member of peace of about 20 from UDF, from Jubilee Party. If these people go to parliament and join with Kalonzo Musyoka, with other Gachagua members of parliament, that will almost be 100. These people can stop the Finance Bill 2025. But if they stay back, they don't talk, don't come together as a team, they will lose the youth of this country. They will weaken the opposition. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Gachagua having some MPs who are allied to him. They can oppose it because they have the freedom to oppose whatever the government is passing within the National Assembly. So therefore, it is ideal for us to have the National Assembly, National Assembly members allied to Gachagua, standing up and speaking against the Finance Bill 2025. Richard Onyonka, Matiang'i is not around in the country, and Richard Onyonka speaks on behalf of Matiang'i. This is the time to educate Kenyans on the Finance Bill 2025. We have seen the issues being discussed in various media stations, but we want to see the discussions intensified further so that we can see some necessary corrections being made. Now, the last person I want to talk about here is Okiya Omtatah. Okiya Omtatah, most of the time, he does not do much on the floor, but he comes to courts, and I feel personally that's more of a show-off. You go to courts, the courts rule against you, it appears that you fought, but indeed there's nothing you've done because you've lost it. So we don't want it to happen in courts. First, let's start from Parliament. If they don't listen, call for Kenyans to the streets. Kalonzo Musyoka, call us to come to the streets. Tell you that now we are leading the Gen Zs. Let's see whether the finance bill is going to be passed. And as a result, Kenyans will listen to you. Because who wants private data to be infringed? We don't want that. So therefore, in a nutshell, we want to ask the leaders in opposition to stand up and stop being quiet. As we speak today, we haven't seen huge energy put on what is happening in the country. We are seeing politicians focus on other things, but we are not seeing issues to do with finance bill being discussed at large by the opposition leaders. We want to ask them to do one simple thing. If to gain trust, they want to gain trust from the youth of this country, because youths are very pessimistic about some leaders in opposition. If they want to gain trust, this is the time to go and fight for them at all levels. In Parliament, even in the courts if it comes, or even in the streets if it's possible. Because the youth of this country, they got united because of the Finance Bill 2024. If it is 2025 now that's bringing them together with other leaders, let it be the case. So that at least we can have the leaders, especially President William Ruto, listen to Kenyans. President William Ruto does not listen to divided leaders. He listens to united leaders against the government. And those leaders who are united can easily attract the people, the common mwananchi, to the streets, or even to also raise their voices against the finance bill in case that is the reason as to why they are protesting. So therefore, as we speak today, the opportunity for Kalonzo Musyoka is here. The opportunity for Kalonzo Musyoka is now, and that he needs to lead his team to ensure that at least they have fought for Kenyans once and for all. People died before, youths died, and they've not been compensated till today. So therefore, it's not ideal they go and die, yet we have the opposition that can be able to use their means to bring down the Finance Bill 2025, or maybe correct it before it is passed in Parliament. So that is going to be a big test for Kalonzo Musyoka, we know, but I know he's up to the task. He can be able to manage it. Talk about it. Ask President William Ruto to stop passing the Finance Bill 2025 the way it is, and speak to Kenyans. Kenyans will listen. With the help of Rigathi Gachagua, I know that can be passed. That can be managed. That is manageable. Reach out to Onyonka to talk about it on TV. That can reach Kenyans very fast, and Kenyans are going to understand and stand with them. I don't know what's your take. Let me know in the comment section what you think.